The 3-4 defensive scheme has had a renaissance over the past decade, and for the first time since the 1970s and 80s, more teams ran it than the 4-3 last year, with 17 teams implementing it. But the pendulum has swung back into the 4-3's favor, with 20 using it for the upcoming season. 3-4 defensive ends are asked to do a lot more now than they used to. Then just stop the run. They can rush the passer too. And teams are mixing up their alignments more and more to get their pass rushers in better matchups. They line up all over the place. The reigning NFL Defensive Player of the Year, J.J. Watt, is the top guy on my list. No surprise there. 17.5 sacks a year ago, which was actually a down year for him. The high-energy, high-motor-playing Watt is simply a freak of an athlete. He lines up all over the place on that Houston Texans defensive line and could probably play every position in either a 4-3 or a 3-4 front seven. The guy is simply remarkable. He really is. He single-handedly destroys game plans. He has a rare explosion that, quite frankly, I've never really seen before for a man his size, except for maybe Reggie White. He has the quickness to get by blockers and is exceptionally stout at the point of attack. His hands are very powerful, can send a lineman flying backwards, and his closing speed to the quarterback is insane. But I think what might be Watt's best quality, despite the gaudy sack totals, is his awareness to get his hands up and tip passes at the line of scrimmage. And he's become so good at this that it's become a trend in the league, and more players are now doing it. His hand-eye coordination is so good, too, that sometimes he can haul in some of those throws for interceptions. In run defense, Watt reestablishes the line of scrimmage. He never gets pushed backwards. So not only is he the best pass-rushing 3-4 defensive end in the game, he's also the best at stopping the run. Muhammad Wilkerson checks in at number 2. The Temple product is a great athlete for a 6'4", 300-pound behemoth. Yes, I got the Temple in there because I went to Temple. Awesome school. He's a very good run stuffer. He's very powerful, has long arms and big hands. Plays with great technique to shed blocks. He also uses his quickness to get into the backfield. While stopping the run is Wilkerson's best trait, he can still get after the quarterback. Although he didn't post a ridiculous sack total last season, he had 10.5 2 years ago. It's about technique and hand usage with him. Calais Campbell is third on my list. He's 6'8", 300 pounds, just an absolute beast of a man. He's talented at least 55 tackles and 5 sacks in each of his past 6 seasons, just a model of consistency. As you can imagine, he has ridiculously long arms, uses them to his advantage when performing the swim move. He's explosive off the line of scrimmage, uses his hands really well. In the run game, he knows how to use his size, plays with great leverage. Overall, he's a very savvy and instinctive football player. Jurrell Casey is ranked 4th, and not only is he the most underrated player on this list, he might actually be the most underappreciated player in the entire league. At 6'1", 305, Casey is probably better equipped being a 4-3 defensive tackle instead of a 2-gapper, but he's made it work with the Titans. Despite being undersized, Casey can still get to the quarterback using his quick hands when going to the swim move. Those hands really make up for his lack of length. Against the run, Casey is very slippery, converts speed to power well. Although he's not necessarily that strong, he has a quick first step, gets into the backfield pretty regularly. Leonard Williams cracks my top 5. Don't know if that'll be a surprise or not, but I see elite potential here. He was, in my opinion, the best defensive player in last year's draft class. I think he's still finding his way as a pass rusher, but look at the traits. He has a unique blend of power and athleticism, and right now, his best pass rush is a bull rush where he can use that strength. He's a much better run defender right now than he is a pass rusher. Williams has an explosive get-off to go along with superb upper body strength. He generates a lot of push, gets into the backfield with ease. Sheldon Richardson, number 6 on my list. Suspended the first 4 games last year, wasn't as dominant as he had been his first couple years, so we'll see if he can return to his usual form. Very adept pass rusher. The 2013 Defensive Rookie of the Year, has a really good bull rush to collapse the pocket, to go along with several counter moves to get after the quarterback. He's very good in space in the run game, stacks and sheds extremely well. Mike Daniels checks in at number 7, and he's the second most underrated player on this list behind Casey. Plays with active hands, good leverage as a pass rusher, which makes it difficult for an offensive lineman to set up shop against him. Run defense is really where he excels. Doesn't have the length like many others on this list, but it's his active hands, which makes it difficult for a lineman to generate contact with him. At the point of attack, he has good short area quickness, recognition skills to be able to bring down the ball carrier. Derek Wolfe got a nice extension with Denver during the offseason after breaking out in 2015. He's number 8. Wolfe is a grinder who doesn't play with flash, but was still able to get to the quarterback 8 times last year. Best move is the bull rush, using his size and strength to collapse the pocket. In run defense, Wolfe's motor runs hot, plays with power, very stout at the point of attack. I've got Cam Heyward at number 9. He played with poor instincts his first 2 years, but has torn it up in Pittsburgh ever since. He's very versatile. He can pressure the quarterback and hold his own against double teams in the run game. He doesn't possess a quick first step, but can still push and collapse the pocket. In the run game, he drops his anchor well and is also athletic enough to get into the backfield and tackle the ball carrier behind the line of scrimmage. Chris Baker rounds out my top 10. He's a physical player who broke out in 2015 with a career-high 6 sacks. He's not crafty. He gets to the quarterback with strength and power. As a run defender, Baker has the power to hold the point of attack until he can locate the ball, and then he has the short area quickness to be able to disengage and bring down the ball carrier. Some other guys on the list. There's Henry Anderson at number 12, Tim Jernigan at number 14, Arik Armstead at number 15. Anderson comes off a promising rookie season. The third-round Stanford product isn't a great pass rusher, but is very stout against the run. Jernigan enters his 3rd year in Baltimore, and I thought he played better as a rookie, but there's a lot of potential here. Plays with a lot of power. I like the kid. Armstead has lengthy arms, uses them to his advantage in the running game. He and DeForest Buckner have the potential to be a dynamic tandem for San Francisco. The guy to keep an eye on this list, Allen Bailey at number 20. He's in Kansas City. A lot of you guys may not know who he is, but check him out. Really, really solid, I think. All right, that's my 3-4 defensive ends list. Make sure you comment, whether it's YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, whatever realm you watch this on. Let me know in the comment section who is your top 5, who is in your top 10, and who's underrated, who's overrated. Let me know. I'm Adrian Fedke. I am out. Later.